Movida Inspira es presentado por Greoka, Fabiana Beauty Center y LEB Productions. Prepárate para inspirarte y trazar tu propio camino al éxito. A continuación vas a conectar con la esencia emprendedora de los latinos en Texas. Esto es Movida Inspira, con Valentina Murcia.
Bienvenidos a Movida Inspira, la ruta del éxito. Este día tenemos el honor de presentar a Diana Flores, la primera servidora en un cargo público en Dallas y también es vicepresidenta del Desarrollo Organizacional de la Cámara de Comercio Hispana en Dallas. Muchas gracias por acompañarnos.
Al contrario, gracias Valentina por invitarme. Es para mí un honor estar con tu audiencia y también el éxito. Les quiero felicitar y desearles todo éxito a Movida Hispana y todo relacionado con sus empresas.
Muchísimas gracias. Y es que en esta ocasión, en esta entrevista, vamos a conocer a una mujer que ha sido líder. Definitivamente ha puesto a los latinos en otro nivel, pero no solo para ella misma, sino también para la comunidad, porque ha trabajado incansablemente para empoderar hombres y mujeres a través de una herramienta indispensable, la educación.
Claro que sí. Unos detallitos antes de comenzar formalmente la entrevista. Hoy mis alergias están feroz, voy a estar teniendo que hacer esto y esto para los ojos para poder seguir adelante. Y otra cosa, Valentina, yo nunca he tenido educación formal en español, me falta mucho gramática y vocabulario, voy a terminar o seguir en inglés en un momento dado, pero quiero relacionarme con la audiencia, saber que yo sí hablo español, aunque no sea lo perfecto que quisiera. Pero me encanta el español cuando se habla correcto y yo no lo hablo correcto.
Miren, hay que decir una cosa muy importante y es que el idioma nos acerca. Mientras más aprendemos los idiomas, mientras derrumbamos esas barreras, nos vamos conectando y nos vamos acercando. Pero ella ha sido una mujer que ha liderado todo un emprendimiento, ha sido parte importante de los colleges en Dallas y es la educación, esa herramienta que ella ha utilizado para transformar vidas y llevarlas al éxito. Lo conversábamos fuera de cámaras, ella viene de una familia mexicana, pero es nacida en los Estados Unidos. Cuéntenos de usted.
Muy bien. As Valentina said, my name is Diana Flores. I was born in a small town on the coast of Texas, Palacios. My father's family has been here since Texas was Mexico. My mother's family has been here, I'm the fourth generation from Mexico. And so I'm the fourth of 5 children. And at that time when I was growing up, I'm 72 years of age. I was born in 1951. At that time, there were not many of us that were graduating high school, much less going on to college. One, because we were not really welcome in the schools. As it is now, unfortunately, there's this anti-immigrant fervor in the country. Although we were not immigrants, but we were of Mexican origin, even though we were born here, there's always been a problem in this country with discrimination, stereotypes, et cetera, et cetera. So starting from my parents, my father would always come home telling us how we had to fight against racism. You know, el gringo me dijo tal y cual y yo le dije tal y cual. O sea, nos enseñó cómo defendernos. He taught us how to defend ourselves and not to be afraid or bow our heads before anybody. He would always tell us, you were born in a country where everyone is equal, so don't ever let anybody treat you different because you're of Mexican origin. Be proud of who you are, but you're also an American citizen. My mother taught us to serve. She raised us in the church. We were Presbyterian, of the Presbyterian faith, and she would always look out for the elderly in the neighborhood. She would always, when she made dinner, mira mija, llévale este plato de comida a don Narciso, llévaselo a Delicia, etc. So de mis padres aprendí cómo servir. Uno, de mi papá, cómo defenderme y defender a mi comunidad. Mi mamá, cómo servir. He usado esas dos grandes lecciones en mi vida adulta.
En su vida adulta, ya sea su trabajo, su experiencia, sus conocimientos y los cargos importantes que ha utilizado también la han llevado a que toda esa inspiración que le dieron sus padres se hiciera realidad y también a multiplicar ese modelo.
Sí, I was fortunate to be elected to the board of Dallas College in 1996. I'm the longest serving Latina or Latino elected official in all of North Texas, 28 years in the position that I have. Our mission is to transform lives and communities through higher education, because we know in this country and really in any country, when you have that college education, it opens many doors into the professional life, into the middle class, and also into wealth. You do not have that education. Sometimes you can become wealthy out of just a lot of hard work, but it makes it so much easier when you have that college education. So that is what my passion is, because we still have too many in our community who don't have anyone that's gone to college, who don't know how to move into that space. So that's why at Dallas College, we have a lot of initiatives that help the student, especially those from first-generation families, to, one, we welcome you, come on in, but two, we provide a lot of services to help you be successful. For example, most of our students come with many challenges. Most of them have to work. So we provide a lot of scholarships. We provide what we call wraparound services. We provide emergency funding. If someone, let's say they can't pay their rent that month for whatever reason, we help them with that. Let's say the car broke down, they don't have the money to fix it. We provide them with emergency funding. This is also, they will continue to stay in school, because it's so important to have that student finish that, whether it's a certificate to get a good job skills, or whether it's them planning to get the associate's degree to then transfer on to the university. What's the most important is, one, they've already come in, but two, they have to finish what they came to do with us, and we're going to make sure that that happens.
La educación es sin duda una de las formas de empoderar y de cambiar vidas. Sin embargo, desafortunadamente, entre la comunidad latina, cuando los jóvenes se gradúan de la high school, muchos de ellos deciden no perseguir estudios. ¿A qué se debe esto?
Porque no hay tradición en la familia de personas que han seguido con a nivel de educación superior. Pero nosotros en Dallas College fuimos una de las primeras instituciones en la nación de establecer un programa donde desde que el estudiante está en high school pueden comenzar a estudiar a nivel superior al mismo tiempo que están terminando sus estudios de high school, con programas que se llaman P-Tech o Early College High School. Entrando al grado 9 pueden comenzar a tomar cursos con nosotros, y ellos se pueden graduar sin que el padre o la madre pague ningún centavo para el costo de esos cursos a nivel superior, ni tampoco pagan por los libros. Pueden graduarse con sus primeros 2 años de estudios universitarios a través de estas iniciativas que nosotros incorporamos. Estamos en la mayor parte de las high schools en el condado de Dallas, donde esto es posible, pero a veces la familia no sabe de esta ventaja que tienen para sus hijos. O por favor, padres, infórmense, hasta sean necios con los de las high schools de sus hijos. ¿Qué es lo que puedo hacer yo ahora para ayudar a mi hijo a prepararse para ingresarse al colegio? Porque, como repito y digo, lo pueden hacer desde que están en high school y pueden obtener los primeros 2 años de estudios universitarios con nosotros sin pagar ninguna cuota, ningún centavo, ningún dólar de la materia.
Diana, ¿cómo nació tu pasión por la educación?
Pues dije que cuando yo crecí, la discriminación era muy pesada contra nosotros. Mi papá nos enseñó cómo pelear, mi mamá cómo servir, y eso estaba siempre dentro de mí, la injusticia, ¿verdad? Y querer luchar en contra de la injusticia, y un modo de hacerlo es la educación superior. La educación superior, porque una persona preparada, una persona informada, no es tan fácil, it's not as easy to make a fool out of you. You know how to defend yourself. You know what to do. If you don't know what to do, you know who to go to find out what it is to address the issue that you're having. That is why, even though if your parents or you parents are not college educated, a college education is for you. I did not get my bachelor's degree until I was 42 years old. We're blessed to live in a country where it's never too late. If you want a college education, anybody can go back. Mira, Valentina, when I first got on the board of trustees of Dallas College, was 1996. In 1998, at that time, nobody spoke about undocumented students not being able to, once they finish high school, go to college, because it was not possible. It was not, the doors of college education were closed to undocumented students. So one of my constituents said, I want to go to college, why can't I? I'm undocumented. So, okay, I used my position to then ask the college, why don't we allow undocumented students to study with us? Because the only requirement to study at Dallas College, paying regular resident tuition rates, was that you live in a county for a year or more. And so my question was, why? These people that are undocumented have lived in the county for a year or more, so why can't they come to us? Why can't they study? So the chancellor of the institution checked to see if there was any law, state or federal, that denied a college education to undocumented students, and found out there was no law against it. So Dallas College, based on the question I asked, because of the question that was asked of me, we were the first institution in the nation to say that, yes, we will admit, we will enroll undocumented students to be able to get their college education or their certificate, technical certificate, with us. As we did in 1998, then the state of Texas, State Representative Rick Noriega out of Houston. So one of his constituents heard what Dallas College was doing. So his constituent, Representative Noriega at that time, asked him, they're doing this in Dallas, why can't we do it in Houston? So then he proposed a law in the state legislature in 2000 called the Noriega Bill. So in 2000, he was brilliant in maneuvering it through the legislature, where the Noriega Bill was passed, but the requirement was you had to be a resident of the state of Texas for 3 years or more, and if you were, and you were undocumented, you could go to any publicly supported college or university paying regular tuition, not having to pay foreign student tuition, but paying regular resident tuition. So as Dallas College went in 1998, the state of Texas went in 2000, and 19 other states now have in-state tuition laws. We have tried for several years to get the DREAM Act passed, so this is national in every state in the nation. Unfortunately, we have not been able to get it passed nationwide, but that doesn't mean we're going to stop. But in those 19 states, thousands and thousands and thousands of undocumented students, and then because of President Obama and the DACA program, they were able to get their degrees, and now they're professionals in many different areas: doctors, lawyers, teachers, chemists, engineers, et cetera, all because of what started with one elected official, because of what one of their constituents asked. This is the change we were able to make. That's why it's so important. I'm going to bring it to another topic. It's so important to have elected officials that really understand our community, that support our community, and that are not afraid to speak out and to fight for what we need. It doesn't help us if we elect someone like me, but you're not going to do anything with the power you have. You just go along to get along. We don't need people like that. We need people that are going to push the envelope and make sure we have laws and policies that best benefit not only our community, but everybody. We don't need somebody to just warm a seat. We need people that take action. We don't need words, we need actions. And that's what I was able to do, thank God. Based on my history, my parents, my passion, because I know what an education did in my family and did for me, and I want that available for everybody, because I am of the belief until we all succeed, none of us have succeeded. So I want to know that our community, 90% of us are college educated. 90% of us live at the middle class or higher level. And forget this about, we got among the highest poverty rates, among the lowest education, less access to health care, less access to this, that, or the other. No, let us change that trajectory, and it is in our power to do so by having people that understand us, representing us. That's why it's so important to vote. Getting now to the vote. Unfortunately, we don't have a tradition of voting in this country, because back in the day, so it's difficult for people from other countries to relate to this, but because of the discrimination we experienced, because we are a conquered people in terms of when Spaniards came over, conquered, et cetera, and then Texas was lost to Mexico. So we need to break that conquered mentality. But even at that, back when there was this discrimination, all of the decades of that, all of the history of that in this country, we did not develop a voting culture because there were barriers put in place for our community to vote. They didn't want us to vote. Those barriers are now largely gone, but unfortunately our community is very uneducated about, one, how to vote, two, how to register, three, the importance of voting and what it means to your family, to each and every family, to each and every individual. Those undocumented students that are now able to go to college, if I hadn't been asked that question, if I hadn't asked the question, if I hadn't found a solution, all of these undocumented students that we have in our country would not have those college educations. But I'm here because of the vote that I received.
Por supuesto que sí, y es importante que educación no solamente nos la enfoquemos en la educación formal de una escuela o de un colegio, sino también en nuestros derechos como personas, como ciudadanos, y que eduquemos a otros en este sentido. Pero este paradigma que se ha roto en la educación, contarlo es corto, pero el camino ha sido largo. ¿Cuáles han sido esas dificultades que enfrentó dentro de los mismos board cuando usted hacía esta propuesta?
Bueno, fue muy interesante. ¿No? Gracias a Dios, no pusieron ninguna barrera. Mis colegas que tienen el mismo puesto que yo tenía en el board en ese tiempo estaban de acuerdo, porque el pensamiento mayor era, ya hemos invertido en estos estudiantes al nivel público, que quiere decir de kinder a grado 12. ¿Por qué no seguir invirtiendo en ellos ahora que tienen que llegar y quieren, los que quieren una educación superior, para que luego ellos se convierten en profesionales? Pero hay una razón, ¿por qué queremos más personas con sus títulos? La persona que gana más dinero, más impuestos va a pagar. Claro que van a vivir mejor, pero también más impuestos van a pagar. Y los gobiernos, ya sea los colegios comunitarios, la ciudad, el condado, el estado, el gobierno federal, depende de los impuestos, ¿verdad? Las taxas que uno... Impuestos es taxes, right?
Sí.
Okay, las taxas que uno paga. So, queremos que, pues, más taxas para proveer más servicios. Y las personas que van a poder pagar más son las personas que tienen los títulos universitarios, que tienen mejores trabajos, mejores ingresos, etcétera, etcétera, etcétera. So, hay una ciencia para esto.
Hay todo un camino, un cambio, una ruta del éxito, y en Movida Inspira vamos a hablar con Diana acerca de cuáles son esos sueños que aún tiene, esas metas por cumplir. ¿Qué le parece si después de la pausa nos lo cuenta? Continuamos en Movida Inspira, la ruta del éxito. Estamos conversando con Diana Flores, quien ha liderado la educación en el área del norte de Dallas y ha tenido trabajos tan importantes y los continúa haciendo porque su vocación de servicio es incansable. Ella también es la Vicepresidenta de Desarrollo Organizacional de la Cámara Hispana de Dallas. Y ahí también hay un trabajo muy importante que hacer un impacto grande en la comunidad.
Así es, Valentina. This year we're celebrating the 85th anniversary of the Greater Dallas Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, We were actually founded in 1939. We're the second oldest Hispanic chamber in the nation, and we were founded by Mexican immigrant business people who felt the need to advocate, because if things in terms of discrimination was bad when I was growing up in the 50s, it was even worse back in earlier than the 50s. So anyway, they banded together, feeling the need to help each other out, to strengthen each other so that their businesses could succeed and they could provide, those prosperous businesses would then impact their family, impact the community, et cetera, et cetera. So ever since then, the Greater Dallas Hispanic Chamber of Commerce is committed to advocacy to make sure that there's fair opportunities for contracts for our businesses, especially when we're dealing with taxpayer dollars. Contracts with the City of Dallas, with Dallas ISD, with the state of Texas, et cetera, that work off of taxpayer money, but also in B2B, business-to-business opportunities. So one thing that we find with our entrepreneurs is they're excellent in providing their goods or services, but they often lack business management skills, how to actually run their business in a way that helps them to be sustainable and to grow, to increase in revenue. And so that's what the Greater Dallas Hispanic Chamber of Commerce offers. We offer what are called accelerator programs. Right now we have two of them going on. One of them is called Scale Up Success Accelerator. The other one is called the Dallas Accelerator Program. And these programs are run over a course of 11 weeks, 4 hours once a week, where we have a certified instructor in business management skills and training, talking to the entrepreneurs in every major aspect that is important for a business owner to know. It's like a mini MBA, mini Masters of Business Administration course, so that the entrepreneur learns how to better manage and run their business so that they can be profitable instead of having to close down because they couldn't make it. Very important work that we do.
Y es importante mencionar que muchos negocios, a pesar de que tienen buenos emprendimientos, buenos productos, no saben cómo manejarse en el negocio, porque muchas veces quienes fundan estos han sido empleados, y pasar a ser el empresario, el dueño, el jefe, el que tiene que pagar planilla, renta y otras responsabilidades, es diferente, totalmente diferente, y es más fácil cuando nos dejamos enseñar por el que conoce. Desde su experiencia, ¿cuáles son las habilidades que los empresarios necesitan para el éxito?
They need to know how to manage their finances, how to set up their books in a way that when they go to ask for a bank loan, their books are very clear, where the banks can understand the amount of money coming in, the amount of money going out, whether they are a profitable business or not. So that's a key area that we teach them about, the financial side of their business. The other is branding and marketing. The other is learning how to set your business up for sustainability. But there's a lot of different areas that we teach in. We have many success stories. One of them is Chris Sanchez was in our class that we had in 2016, CS Steel Fabrication. When he came to us, he was at about $200,000 in revenue. Today, he's at $90 million. We have another one, Artura Taylor. When she came to us, I'm not sure what her revenue was at that time, because I forgot to ask her, but she's at $45 million now. We have Edgar Sotelo, Southwest Packaging, same thing. So those entrepreneurs that dedicate themselves to this time, because it's a significant time commitment, 4 hours once a week for 11 weeks, but it really pays off. And we don't just teach them the curriculum. We put successful entrepreneurs before them, those who do have those successful businesses, so they can learn from those business owners what challenges they faced, how they overcame those challenges, and how they were able to reach success. Because their story, in one way or another, touches the entrepreneurs that are in our courses, and they learn from them. Plus, they build that relationship. Another good thing of those that go through our courses is that they build relationship with each other, so that they do business with each other, which is another excellent thing that happens out of this as a result.
Excelente, y es que sin duda es un tiempo bien invertido, pero también hay que mencionar que Diana lleva años sirviendo, trabajando, buscando formas de ayudar a la comunidad, pero vamos a conocer en esta pregunta final, ¿cuáles son sus sueños?
Mis sueños es morir morir cuando estoy dormida y no sufrir, no. Mi sueño es que nuestra comunidad, that our community reach the potential of the power that we have. We have the numbers. Unfortunately, we don't have the preparation that we need in the college degrees, in the skill sets, in the prepared entrepreneurs, in the voting culture. So my dream is that all of you wake up, connect the dots, what it is that you can do to take the power in your hands to make sure that your family is best positioned for success. And by your family and every family being best positioned for success, our community as a whole is best positioned for success. Quit dreaming and thinking that it'll happen one day. You need to take concrete steps and measures that are available to all of you to learn what it is to be successful. You got the internet now. We didn't used to have the internet. Everything is at your fingertips in terms of information and how to access information, how to access systems, how to access people. Vote, vote, vote. If you're not able to vote, you have to have family members, you have to have neighbors. Until we vote, el que era diputado estatal, Roberto Alonso, I will never forget one thing that he told us. As politicians listen to two things, votes and money, votes and money. Right now, we may not have a whole lot of money available to us, but we do have the vote. Unfortunately, so many of our people that can vote don't exercise that right to vote. So what happens? We're in the situation that we are now. We can't have immigration reform that's just and fair for so many families that need it because we're not voting at the level we need. In the state of Texas, we are 42.1% of the population in the state of Texas. We could control the whole politics in the state of Texas if 75, 80% of us each and every election would get out to vote. What's the number that turns out? 20 to 30%. What happens to us? Nos hacen la piñata. Todo es nuestra culpa, del inmigrante, de los criminales, que sé que el otro, que para acá y para allá. Pero es nuestra culpa también, because we don't get out and vote, we don't exercise our power. Wake up.
Así es, este es un llamado a que todos nosotros nos eduquemos, tanto en nuestras habilidades personales, profesionales y en nuestros derechos civiles. Esta ha sido Movida Inspira, la ruta del éxito, y no me queda más que darle las gracias por acompañarnos. Gracias y además invitarlos a que nos acompañen en el próximo episodio.
Ahora el protagonista eres tú. La próxima semana conocerás más historias de los líderes empresariales latinos en Texas. Esto fue Movida Inspira, con Valentina Murcia, en movidahispana.com. Música e información 24/7. Movida Inspira fue presentado por Greoka, Fabiana Beauty Center y LEB Productions.